Hello, welcome back to the Death and Money Advice Bite-Size series from Advice in Southampton. My name's Sarah and I'm here with Sahir, who's a money advice caseworker at Citizens Advice Southampton. Hello.
Hello there.
So we've talked in our first bite-size session about how to recognise when you might need help with your money. Today we'd like to explore what it's actually like to go and see a debt advisor, what happens and what can they do. So Sahir, what would happen when someone first meets with a debt advisor?
Okay, so when someone first meets with a debt advisor, essentially the debt advisor would ask a lot of questions. This is not to intimidate anyone, but it's just so that we can get a full picture of your circumstances, as everybody is different. We will also request some paperwork from you, and this can be explained more in the bite-sized video, how to prepare for debt advice. We will also give you information about the service and what you can expect from us.
Brilliant, that's really useful. So quite a lot of questions and some information as well. And what can the debt advisor actually do?
So the debt advisor essentially helps the client understand their rights and responsibilities, and also that of the creditors, and gives options as to how to resolve the debt issue. And if the client is confident, if you're confident in dealing with letters and forms, then we would give you guidance as to the appropriate steps to take. Mm-hmm. And we also help you look at income maximization, ways to increase your income, for example, by claiming benefits.
Okay, so really if someone can deal with things themselves, they might just need a little bit of steering in the right direction, then you can help with that. But what if I've come to you and I can't manage those things by myself? Maybe I've got a mental health problem, or I just don't have time because of children or caring responsibilities. What happens then?
If you can't manage by yourself because you've got, as you say, caring responsibilities, or you've got a mental health issue, or the situation is particularly complex, we can actually act on your behalf as well. We have caseworkers available to act on your behalf. This involves contacting creditors, negotiating with creditors, and helping you to implement a debt solution. And we also offer, if you can't manage because of, for example, a language barrier, we also offer a telephone interpreter during our appointments with you.
Oh, brilliant. So if English wasn't my first language, I'd still be able to use that service. That's yes. Really useful. And what about if I can't use the phone or the internet?
If you can't use the phone or the internet, then we will arrange sort of admin appointments with the staff at our local office, and you can actually go into the office and they can help filling in print forms out if you can't print, or help you completing statutory credit reports, for example, where you need to use the internet to complete those.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so really whatever the situation, you'd always find a way to work with that person.
Yes. Yeah.
So we've talked about asking lots of questions, bringing in paperwork. You give me some information. What would happen next? What's the next step?
What happens next essentially is that the debt advisor would help draw up a budget, and so you can see what money you have coming in and what you have coming out, and what is left over. And from this, the debt advisor can see what options are available for you. Bearing in mind, we will explain the options and make sure you understand them, but the decision is entirely your decision. We won't ever tell you what to do, so the decision is entirely yours.
That's good to know. So it's really about understanding what the choices are, and then making a decision based on that. Brilliant. So I know some things that one thing that people are quite often worried about when they come for advice, and particularly a sensitive topic like money and debt. Say people are worried about their friends or family finding out that they've been in for advice. Will they find out?
No, so the debt advice service we offer is completely confidential and impartial. We will never reveal any confidential information without your permission, be it to friends, families, or even creditors. And we will never judge your situation either. And your information will be stored securely in line with data protection regulations. Each organisation actually has their own confidentiality and data protection policy, but you can expect that your information will be kept safe in accordance with these policies and will not be shared with anyone else.
Oh, that's great. That's really reassuring. So obviously, you know, we'd hope that people are happy with the service that they receive, but what would happen if they're not for any reason?
If you're not happy with the service, then we do have a complaints procedure. Every organisation has a complaints procedure. You will be given information on this when you first speak to your debt advisor, and we will investigate your complaint and, if necessary, tell you what steps we're taking to resolve your issue. And if you're still not happy, you also have the right to complain to a financial ombudsman as well.
Okay, so a real sort of clear and rigorous process there to deal with any problems. So that's been really useful, kind of finding out what the process is and what you can expect. So what would you say to someone who's maybe thinking about getting money advice, but they're still feeling a bit anxious about it or not quite sure if it's for them?
Okay, I would say that if you're worried about money, speaking to a debt advisor in confidence can really help. Because most people say that the first step is the hardest, but once you've contacted a debt advisor, usually they report feeling less stressed and worried. And because they know that there is a solution at the end of the day. Obviously, we can't promise that things will resolve overnight, but we will make sure that you are listened to and offered the right support to help you resolve your problems.
That's wonderful. Thanks ever so much, Sahir. So hopefully that's given you a good overview of what you can expect from advice services. Thank you very much for listening, and I'm going to leave you with contact details of local debt advice agencies you can get in touch with if you need help. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to our Debt and Money Advice Bite-sized session today. And please do have a look at the other sessions available to find out more about getting help with your money. I'm going to leave you with the contact details of the 4 registered debt advice providers which are local to Southampton. And at the bottom there, you can also see a link to find details of other providers, for example, national telephone and online services. Thank you for listening.